Good morning everyone. Just making a quick little video this morning, mainly for people that are in tune with the moon, and it's for the new moon shedders, I like to call them. So today I'm going to be speaking about all things woman and share some little tips with you, just to give you some tips on how to turn your monthly monster into your most powerful ally. So for starters, lots of people that when they get in tune to the moon start to shed on the new moon, and that basically gives us an opportunity to release anything that's holding us back. And yeah, it's actually our most powerful time as a woman to be able to create something new for ourselves. So today what I wanted to do was just to show you a smoothie that I make at this particular point in time, because around this time I personally get cravings for chocolate or for sweet stuff in particular, and so this is my little tip to just help keep all those things at bay so that you're not feeling the need to binge during that certain time of the month, and yeah, so that you can get the nutrients that you're needing to help support it as well, so that you're not having to experience cramps and pains and all that other sort of stuff. Just want to add, I'm not a nutritionist or anything else like this. This is just things that have worked for me and that I'd like to be able to share with you. So the first thing that I've got is some coconut water. So I'm just going to put some coconut water into my cup. Probably about half a cup of coconut water in there. I'm putting in a full banana. So this is some nice organic fresh ones that I got the other day. Then what I'm doing is I'm adding my organic frozen blueberries. Now I particularly like this brand because they are organic, which means that they won't have any of the pesticides and herbicides on them, and a lot of frozen fruits do actually have the worst type of pesticides on them, the ones that are actually banned in Australia. So it is really, really good to be mindful of stuff like that and to use good quality berries when it comes to this sort of stuff. So, I don't know if you can see that or not. I don't know how many that'd be, like probably 2 or 3 tablespoons worth of blueberries. And blueberries are really high in antioxidants as well, so it just helps you to keep your skin nice and healthy and fresh. Okay, next thing I'm putting in is a teaspoon of mosquito powder. Now this is high in protein and it's got lots of minerals in it as well, like calcium and magnesium, and that helps with stuff like regulating blood sugar, and it also helps with muscle cramps and spasms and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'm saying it properly, but it's really, really yummy. It tastes like caramel. So I'm really quite keen on this stuff. So I'll say about 2 teaspoons of that. The next thing I'm adding is some ground cinnamon. And this one again is organic as well, just because you don't know what to put on stuff these days. So I'm going to put in about a teaspoon of cinnamon. You can see I'm really good with measuring stuff, as long as it tastes good at the end, right? So again, with cinnamon, cinnamon's really good for blood circulation. It's also really good for muscle spasms as well, and it's also antibacterial and antifungal as well. So it helps with any gut stuff and can really help to support this particular time of the month. And last thing that I'm going to be putting in is the raw cacao powder. Now for those people that think you're actually a chocoholic, unless you like this stuff, you actually do not like chocolate. This is the real stuff, this is the raw stuff, this is the only stuff that you should be putting into your body, and it's good for you. It's full in antioxidants, and I just can't say enough good stuff about it, really. So this here is the thing that will fix your chocolate craving, and you won't have to worry about having any chocolate at all. So it does still have a similar taste to chocolate, that we know it. However, I'm losing my voice. However, one thing that I will say in regards to chocolate, like if you're having a supermarket brand of chocolate, a lot of the time it will be, the flavours that you'll be tasting will be more so the creamy side of it and the sweet side of it. Chocolate's not creamy or sweet. It's more a fruity type bittery taste, and it's really, really good. So with this, you chuck in as much of it as you want, but it's really, really good, and it hits the chocolate cravings. So I'm probably putting in about a tablespoon of that one, I'd say. And this stuff is really, really good for you at this time of the month. This is like my saving grace. Stops me from eating a block of chocolate from one smoothie. So what I'm going to do, put the lid on it now. And just put it onto my blender. So I have just a little stick blender thing. I love these ones because they work really well and I don't have to worry about too much to clean up afterwards. So, helps if you turn the switch on. Okay, so now we have a delicious smoothie. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about while on the topic of periods, there's this whole thing that females are not allowed in certain temples or churches or whatever else when they're actually shedding. So one thing that I want to bring to your attention is that it's not a time of the month where we need to be feeling suppressed or denied. This is actually the time in our lives where we're the most empowered. It's that time when we come to shed that we have the most power, and it's not about being PMSy or anything else like that. It's just a factor of when we shed, it's releases something within us that makes us be more connected to the divine feminine. And when we're connected to the divine feminine, a lot more ideas come to us, a lot more it all just happens basically. And there's this whole thing where in certain cultures they used to have something which was referred to as the red tent, and what the red tent was a place for women to go when they were shedding, so that then they basically wouldn't be around the boys, and it was keeping everybody all together. So there's been two sort of train of thoughts around this, one of which was that you know, they were denied from being around the other members of their society because they were considered to be dirty, or some other type thing around that, or maybe people just didn't want to deal with their PMS. But there's the other side of it, which really resonates with me, is that whole thing of connecting and bonding together as women, and being able to share our stories and our experiences and the love that we have for one another as women. And so I just wanted to make this little video today so that you can all have a little bit of an idea of, you know, understanding that our periods are not an enemy. They can actually be our most powerful ally when you're actually able to embrace them. And make sure you get a smoothie into you, because they're really, really good and they're fantastic for this time of the month. But yeah, above and beyond that, blessings, and may the divine presence be with you. Much love.